So this time we're going to look at perfecting the basics. We're also going to stretch the legs as well at the end. So to do that, I've got a resistance band, so it's a stretchy band. If you haven't got one of these, you could use a belt, use a scarf, something like that will do. That will be fine. So you need something like that for these exercises. So we're going to recap on some of our basic exercises. We're going to focus on pelvic stability and again, a bit of coordination. So we're going to come down onto the mat. So we're going to set ourselves up. So I've got the towel under my head. Okay, I've got the legs together. I'm going to fan the feet out again. So the feet are knees are hip width. I'm going to find my neutral position. So again, I want to finish with that little curve just in the lower part of the back there. I'm going to put the belt on, just draw the abdominals in, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, and the head and neck is in a nice position. So I'm going to start off with my scissor legs. So we're going to start with the left leg. So take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, let's float the left leg up so the knee sits over the hip and then lower it back down. Breathing out, right knee comes up and lower it back down and float the left knee up and lower it back down. So again, just a reminder, as we're doing this one, remember everything stays nice and still around the center. Keep that pelvis nice and still on this one. Let's do one more on each leg. Breathing out and breathing in, breathing out and breathing in and resting the feet there. Let's do it again. Let's add in some arms. We're going to send the arms out to the side, opposite arm to leg. So we'll start with the left leg and the opposite arm. So take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, float the left leg up, right arm goes out to the side, bring everything back to center. Float the right leg up, opposite arm goes out to the side, bring everything back to center. And again. So again, focusing on keeping everything nice and stable around the center, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed as well. So we breathe out and breathe in. Let's just do one more on each side. And here's the last one. Wonderful. Okay, we'll lower the arms down. So my feet are still hip width apart. Just check my setup again. Okay, so this time we're going to focus on a little bit of rib cage placement. So we want to make sure that the back of the ribs stay nicely down into the mat. So we're going to just work the arms this time. We're going to do scissor arms. So we're going to alternate the arms. We're going to take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, send the left arm overhead as far back as it will go. And then bring that arm back up to the ceiling. Breathe out and send the right arm overhead. And then bring it back up to the ceiling. Left arm goes over again. And bring it back to the ceiling. And off we go again. So as we're working the arms this time, we're sending them overhead. Make sure that the ribs at the back there stay nicely down into the mat. Don't let them lift up. Keep the ribs at the front nice and relaxed. So just check while we're doing this that you've still got that belt on. Keep those abdominals engaged really well. Okay, here we go. One more time on the right arm. Breathing out and breathing in. Now let's keep the arms there. Let's add in the legs this time. So we'll do the same arms. So we'll start this time. We'll do our one leg stretch. So we're going to slide the foot away. We'll start with the left leg and the opposite arm will go overhead. So take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, left leg slides away. Right arm goes overhead. And then bring everything back to center. Right leg goes out, left arm goes overhead. Bring everything back to center. And again, opposite arm to leg each time. So a little bit more challenging to maintain neutral when we're working arms and legs. But just focus on keeping the ribs down into the mat. Keep the belt on, that will help to maintain that neutral position. Off we go again, breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Just one more on each leg. Working nice and slowly, nice and controlled, not rushing it. And then we'll bring everything back to center. I think we'll leave the arms there, shall we? We'll change the legs. We're going to do our hip twist. So on our hip twist, we send the knee out to the side. We'll work opposite arm to leg again. So we'll send the arm out to the side this time. We'll do left leg first and opposite arm. So make sure the belt's still on, you're still in neutral. Take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, send the left knee out to the side. The right arm goes out as well. And then bring everything back to center. Then the right knee goes out, left arm goes out. Bring it all back to center. And again, breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. So my shoulders are nice and relaxed. And we can check and make sure that we're keeping the pelvis as still as possible now. So remember, if you feel any wobbling around the pelvis, just try making that leg movement a little bit smaller. That should help to stabilize the pelvis a little bit. But if you've got that belt on well, then hopefully that's doing the job. Wonderful. Okay, let's do one more on each leg. So breathe out as they go out and breathe in as they come back in. Last one. And we'll lower the arms down. So this time, let's maintain neutral. Let's keep that belt on. Let's float the left leg up as though we're coming up into our scissor leg position. We're just going to hold that leg there. We're going to start circling the ankle around. Okay, so circle the foot around. Make the circles as big as you can. Go one way and then we'll change direction. Do a few going the other way. So the leg stays nice and still, just working the ankle. Okay, rest the foot there. Now can we point and flex? So point the foot and flex the foot. Point the foot and flex the foot. Point as much as you can, flex as much as you can. Okay, and rest the foot there. So take that belt or that band or whatever it is you're going to use. Okay, and this time we're going to put the band around the foot. Okay, so whatever you're using, make sure it's on nice and securely. With these bands, I'm just going to hook it around my heel a little bit. Okay, so it grips the foot nicely and it doesn't slip off. Okay, so we're stretching out the back of the legs. Really, it's these muscles here we're trying to stretch, but you might feel it in the back of the calf as well. Now, ideally, we want to get the leg as straight as we can, okay, and we want it up to the ceiling. So that's ideally where we'd like the leg to be, so we get that nice stretch down the back. But you might find that your leg doesn't go that straight. So what you could do is, if you're in this position, what you need to do is lower the leg a little. Okay, so lower the leg and then see if you can straighten it out. So maybe when you get to about here, you can straighten the leg. That's okay. So you might still feel that you've got a bit of pulling on the back of the leg with the leg in this position. So that's okay. Just hold it there. Okay, that's your starting position. So gradually over time, you should be able to pull on the band and just ease the leg up to the ceiling. So if you start easing the leg up and you find that the knee starts bending, okay, you need to stop, take it down a touch, see if you can get that leg straight again, okay, and then if you feel the pulling on the back of the leg, just hold it there. So eventually, if you do it enough, okay, you'll be able to keep the leg nice and straight, and then hopefully it will come all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, just do about there. And you notice I've got the elbows down into the mat. That helps me to keep the chest nice and open and the shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay, so you can hold this stretch. If you're doing it on your own for as long as you want to, you could hold it for a good minute and a half. Okay, just to get some nice flexibility back into those muscles. So to release the band, just bend the knee. And we can move it to one side for a second. So this time, let's do the other leg. So we'll float the other leg up into this position again, the knees bent, and we'll do ankle mobility again. So we're going to start that foot circling around nice and slowly, because we want to keep the leg nice and still as we do it, remember. And then we'll change direction. Make those circles as big as you can. And then we'll rest the foot there. And then we'll do our pointing and our flexing. Point and flex. Point and flex. Okay, and then again, we can rest the foot there. We can take our band again. And we can hook it around the foot again. Make sure it's on nice and securely. Okay, so you should know now you've done the other leg, roughly where the leg is comfortable to be. So if it's there, that's okay. Start in that position. Okay, so a nice straight leg is what we want. Okay, and then as the muscles get more flexible and more supple, you can take that leg further up to the ceiling. And just hold it there. So it's the back of the thigh we're trying to get a bit of stretch. That's where they're tight on most people. Okay, but you'll probably feel a little bit of pulling in the calf as well. What you don't want to do is overstretch the muscle. So if it is really hurting, then you're probably stretching a little bit too much. So you just need to ease off a little bit. Ease off with your band, lower the leg a little until it feels a little bit more comfortable. Okay, so that is our hamstring stretch. Okay, so I can move the band away when I've finished. And then we'll just focus on the breath for a second. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth.